everybody. I'm James Berberich, and this is Indie Chat with James Berberich. I'm here with guest Loran Bolding. How are you doing today?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Fantastic. Glad to have you on the show and everything. It's been a while since I've seen you. I see you're starting to get busy again. But what I'd like to, what I'd like
Yeah.
to start off with is talk about how you got into filmmaking and being an actress and everything.
Well, I started, and thank you so much for having me on the show. I super duper appreciate it. I apologize for the background. I'm remodeling my house, so
You're good.
I've been cleaning all day. I started acting when I was 9. My mom got me involved in theater, and I fell in love with it. And then after my kids were born, I took a little hiatus, and then when they were old enough, I felt like they were self-sufficient. I was able to really start pursuing TV and film. And I went through Actors, Models, and Talents for Christ. And that's where I got my start from. That's where I got a lot of my connections in the beginning from. And then I just started branching off from there. Met you and several others during that process.
True.
And I do it. I would love to do it as a full-time career, but we all know how that goes sometimes.
Yeah.
So I'm also in IT, to support my acting career.
Yeah,
I have one career to support another career.
Right, exactly.
So I love it. I absolutely love it. I don't see myself in any other industry other than IT and entertainment.
Gotcha.
So.
Yeah. Fantastic. So what are you working on right now?
So since COVID, we had to put kind of like a key whoppus on Redemption's Price, my vampire horror movie.
Right, yeah.
The script had a complete overhaul. So there's a lot of new developments within Redemption's Price and a lot of new stuff to film.
Okay.
But it's going to be good.
All right.
So I know I've tried filming this thing 3 times already, but I mean, things happen, when you're not happy with something, you have to go back and reshoot. And when it's a ultra low budget, people, things just happen. So we're going to have a bigger budget this time around.
Okay.
So we'll be working on Redemption's Price after COVID, hopefully next year sometime. I'm actually, I'm going to have some surgery within the next couple of months. So it's going to have to wait until after my surgery.
Okay.
Still seeking consultations on those.
Okay.
And I'm an acting coach. So I coach beginning actors. Okay. And the things that I'm teaching my students about networking and being on set and professionalism, improv, all of that stuff, we're actually starting to put it to the test, and I'm filming with my students. I'm taking them through the process. I write like little short scripts for them. Yeah. And I have 3 from every gender audition, and I pick the best out of that. So I take them through the audition phase. I take them through the booking phase. So it's like a whole professional phase. Right. I'm taking these youngsters through who have never been to a casting director's office, have never auditioned in front of a casting director. And then I give them feedback when they book it and stuff like that. And, I take them through that whole process, and they love it. But they're actually seeing things taking place that I've been coaching them on. Okay. And I'm trying to get as many students as I can on professional sets. Right. So that's what I'm doing. So I've been writing scripts for them, some short films. And I have one called Imaginary Friend that we're filming November 14th and 15th at my house. Oh, wow. So with 3 of my students. Wow. Okay. Yeah. I took them through the entire process, and they did amazing. So I'm really looking forward to it. Yeah. I have a DP, a professional crew coming in. It's going to be catered. They're going to be treated, like A-list talent, Wow. Yeah. So my students are like already like, oh my gosh, this is so big. I'm directing it. I'm the primary investor. The talent came from A-list Models and Talents. So Teresa Jane is who it's with her talent agency that I coach for. Yeah. So, and that's where my students are. So I'm like, well, why not? Why not actually put what I'm teaching them to work? Right. So here we are.
Yeah, you don't know until you get hands-on and actually feel what it's like to be on a set and everything.
Absolutely. I can preach and teach and coach till the day is blue and long, but until they actually get on set and put what I've been teaching and coaching them to do into action, Everything is just kind of like theory.
Right. Yeah.
So even though I say this is what's worked, this is how it's done, until they actually do it, they're gonna be like,
Yeah.
So that's what I've decided to do with my students.
That's a really good idea. It's it's really nice of you to actually give them the real, like, their celebrity kind of feeling, catering and everything. We didn't get really that when I didn't, at least.
I didn't either. And I don't know a lot of coaches that do that for their students. So
No,
I think what I'm doing is a rarity,
right.
And I'm investing in them. Yeah. I mean, they invest in me too. You know, my time isn't cheap. So they invest in me. Mm-hmm. And so I take any income that I've got from my coaching and several other sources in my part-time, and I take that money and I reinvest back into my students.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's really good. So you'll have this, like, when you need people, you'll have actors that are ready to go for a project for you, and you can rely on them.
Absolutely. And it's ultra low budget, so they are getting paid. Hello.
Yeah.
If we're going to do something, we're going to do it right.
Right.
And I'm blessed to have the people that we do have right now. Right. Awesome little talents. Oliver and JT and Jesse Ramsey. I'm so grateful. It's like I said, it's a short. So it's a 3-character, mm-hmm. 1 location, 2-day shoot, and it's for demo material. It's to get them experience. And Oliver is one of my students, and I want to say he's like 12.
Oh, okay.
And he killed the audition. Wow, absolutely. Okay. I changed. It was a girl, a little mm-hmm. girl in the script, and mm-hmm. because he blew me away, I changed Jordan to a boy.
Wow. Okay.
So yeah,
that's impressive. Yeah, that's quite the actor.
He's a little impressive actor. I see him going really, really far. Well, not just because I'm his coach, but because I see a lot of potential in him.
Yeah, it's good to see he's starting out so young and everything, and getting used to it. Yeah.
His mother, Kristen, is really supportive.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. Yep. So what is the next thing you'll be working on? You got this going on, or any, like what you said, you're getting into Redemption Price. Do you know kind of like a time when that will be happening as well? Or?
No.
Not yet? Okay. Mm-mm. So you should be...
Yeah. My partner, Tony Basili, he likes to tinker. And every time he tinkers, it goes into a whole nother month spat of how do we, relate this back to this part and this? What are the unanswered questions here? Because I have 2 other producers, Manny mm-hmm. Greenfield and Mary Kaz, on the film. And so when we send them the script, they're like, they send us back a whole bunch of questions. And we're like, they're loopholes or plot holes or this and that. And I'm just like, stop tinkering with an already awesome script.
Yes. Yeah. Hopefully you guys knock that out quick then.
I hope so. I'm so ready. I've been working, Redemption's Price is a 20-year dream of mine.
Yeah.
Actually, it's more like a 23-year dream now of mine. Uh-huh. And I'm just ready for it to be over with. Once I make this movie, I can die happy. My legacy is complete,
Yeah. Well, yeah, I've been there for part of the journey anyway. It just keeps, evolving, and
it keeps going. Oh, dude. Oh, it keeps going. I'm so ready for it to be over, James.
You'll get it. You'll get it. I'm sure you'll get it.
Good. Yes.
I'll be there when it's completed and everything. I'll be like, look,
oh, yes.
It happened.
Oh, yes. I'm so ready. My dog's about to hop up on here, so.
Oh, all right.
Yep. I'm on the couch because my desk is dusty and I don't feel like dusting it right now.
Okay. All right. So we're getting into the part of the show where I like to call it the 3 top 3. So we start off with who are your 3 favorite actors or actresses?
So my top actor, and I always say, if anyone knows a way to get in contact with him, shout me out. Cause ever since I was 9, he was my inspiration for getting into this industry.
Okay.
And it's Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh, that's right. I knew.
To this day, I keep telling people, I said, I'm going to marry that man. I don't know how, I don't know when. He could be 8,000 years old. I'm still going to marry him. I don't care.
Right.
I've been in love with that man since I was like 9. So mm-hmm. he's my top favorite actor. I still to this day can watch Predator. It's my top favorite movie. Yeah. And I know the whole movie from front to back.
Okay.
Yeah. So let's see. My second favorite, honestly, I'm not too big into actors. I really liked Kiefer Sutherland's older work.
Okay.
He was a very strong method actor when he was younger.
Yeah.
I really was impressed with The Lost Boys and
Right.
An Eye for an Eye and his 24 series.
Yeah.
Any new actors? Probably Bobo Stewart. He played in the Twilight series. He played in Descendants. And actually I know his dad, Niles. Well, I don't know him, but I'm very familiar with Niles.
Yeah.
And we were watching Descendants, Michelle and I, and it was Bobo's character, Jay, or something like that, that really like sparked her interest in acting, kind of like Arnold Schwarzenegger did for me. And so because Bobo Stewart is my daughter's favorite, I've kind of found a love for him as an actor vicariously through my daughter, because it was him that developed her love, same as Arnold did with me.
Right. Okay.
If that makes sense.
No,
so,
yeah, it does.
I remember messaging Niles and I was like, I just want you to know. Okay. Michelle's in love with Bobo. Boo Boo, okay? Not Bobo. Boo Boo. And she loves him in Descendants. And now she wants to be an actress. So thank you very much. I'm about to fork out like, $3,500.
Or more, who knows?
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. But no, he was like, yeah, he's a good guy. He's a good kid. I'm excited about his career because the dude, he's a phenomenal actor and he just keeps getting better with everything that he does. So those would probably be my top 3 of this go around.
All right. So now it's your 3 favorite movies, and you said the top one already right now.
Predator!
Yes.
Predator! Anyone who knows me knows I love Predator.
Yeah.
So, let's see. So Tony and I have a thing where we like to binge like movies all the time. We go through this binging process. And so we just finished binging last year. We finished binging all the Friday the 13th movies. And the original Friday the 13th has become my all-time second favorite movie. I don't know. There's just something about Mrs. Voorhees.
Yeah.
We're always making fun of it as well. So that's probably another reason why. Because I hadn't really seen the first Friday the 13th, like all the way through until Tony and I started binging them. And I was just kind of like, she was just so evil and psychotic, but it was small gestures that made her like really carry the actor. So I was just like, or carry the character. I was just like, oh my God, I love this movie. So Friday the 13th would be my second pick for all-time favorite. And I guess my third would probably be The Lost Boys. Got to get a vampire movie in there. Close, and it's a close third with Interview with a Vampire.
Right. Okay.
But because Lost Boys is a little bit dirtier than Interview with a Vampire, the genre is the same, but the movies are just completely opposite. But it's just dirty and gritty, and the way it's shot is just so sexy, I guess is the only way that I can say it.
Okay.
So they're both kind of close to each other, but I would probably choose Lost Boys.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So now, what are 3 things you would recommend to upcoming actresses or actors?
Number 1, get yourself a agent and a trusted coach or mentor. Somebody that you can go to in case you're taken advantage of. And I know that you know this about me. I advocate for younger actors, and it's one of my passions for a coach because I see so many young actors that are getting into this industry and they're being taken advantage of. They're being taken advantage for their money, for their talent, for anything and everything that this industry can bleed them for. And the industry itself is not bad. It is some of the people behind it. So always go with your gut instincts is the second thing that I would tell them. Is if something doesn't feel right, run. So get yourself an agent or a trusted person, coach, a source that you can go to with your questions. I always tell people, you got my social media contact. If you know me personally, you got my phone number. Call me, message me. I will answer any questions free of charge. Like that is my passion, is helping them. And I was actually going to go live about some headshot stuff because I'm getting a lot of questions about headshots and how to properly, because I see a lot of actors posting headshots from photographers that are not headshot photographers, and I'm sitting there, and you don't want to blast them on social media. That's just not, not good.
Right.
And you don't know the actor, so you don't want to contact and be like, hey, so I'm so-and-so, and your headshot sucks. I don't want to do that.
Right.
But they're not headshots. They're just photographs. And these people are taking advantage of these actors and getting money for just photographs that they can take themselves. They look like selfies. And I'm actually getting very angry with this because apparently it's becoming a trend.
Oh, is it? Yeah.
And I'm like, you're in an industry where you're going to have to invest in yourself. It's going to cost some money. Any good headshots, depending on who you go to, it's going to cost between $300 and $600, period. That's the range for your headshots, depending on, of course, where you're at. I know in California, at some places, they can cost up to $1,000 for a set of headshots that you might get 4 good pictures out of it.
Right.
So for people claiming that, I can take your headshot, and then I'm like, that's not a headshot. I would recommend, before people actually go to a photographer, research them. Are they a professional? Have they gone through some type of photography training? Do they have lighting experience? Do they know where to take you for your wardrobe or your eye color, your hair color? Do they know how to light you well? Do they know what kind of environment you're in? All of these things go through a photographer's head. Right. And if somebody's just picking up a camera and going, oh, hey, so let's take some headshots, give me $300, and then you get the shots back and they're terrible. So I hate to keep going on about like that, but as you can see, I'm kind of upset about it.
Right. No, I see you're passionate about it. It's fine.
I am, because I believe that those people are being taken advantage of, and I don't think it's cool.
No, yeah, definitely not.
It's not, because I was taken advantage of when I was out $2,500 for a scam agency that I didn't know,
Yeah.
And I told myself I would never want to see my even worst enemy go through something like that.
Right.
That's $2,500 freaking dollars.
Yeah.
So that would be number 2. And then number 3 is teach yourself. Get yourself into classes.
Right.
Invest in yourself when it comes to entertainment education.
Definitely.
I don't necessarily mean go to college and get a 4-year degree. I'm not saying that. Don't take my words and twist them. Okay, people. I know people like to do that. I didn't go to college for what I got. Okay, I know some stuff because I'm self-taught. I bought books and I've read books. Some people are classically trained. I'm not. I practice. I get feedback. I have an awesome coach. Tony Basile is one of my coaches. I trust his feedback. Mary Kaz is one of my coaches. I trust her feedback. Manning Greenfield. So these people I trust, but I've also been able to educate myself for the past 6-7 years through being on set and the auditioning process and going to Amy Berman's auditioning classes. I invested in those. I've invested in online classes that are like an hour a piece. The Actors Academy is a great place to start. The Actor Circle is a great place to start. And there's so many books on improv for your age range, that because improv is such a staple in this industry, every professional actor needs improv experience. And if you've got to pick up going to your local theater improv classes, then do it. Just do it. And most of the time they're free. They just want you to show up, and it's fun. And it's great networking. So
for sure.
But since COVID hit, you have to do other things. So reading and filming your own auditions and getting feedback is another way of getting experience.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I would definitely recommend that as well. Is definitely getting feedback with the improv. Is like a director can be like, hey, how about if you try it this way? And if you're you can just do it on the fly, because of improv training will help you out a lot on set.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep. I hound my actors that I coach about improv. If you talk to any of my actors at A-List and you ask them, what is 2 things that Coach Loran always hounds on you, they will say networking and improv. That's the 2 things.
Definitely very important. So, all right. So tell people where they can find you social media wise, if they want to reach out to you or check out any of what you've done in the past before.
Well, my IMDb is you just type in my name, Loran, my first name, Loran, my last name, Bolding, Bolding. You just look me up. I have like 30 credits, which is awesome. I'm very, very blessed and happy to have those. You can find me on Facebook under the same name. I have a professional page, actress Loran Bolding, and then just my normal public page, Loran Bolding. I'm on Instagram as Loran Bolding. I'm no longer on Twitter. I got rid of my Twitter account. I hated it. I didn't see the sense in it. So I'm just kind of like, it was just crazy. So I was like, nope, I'm not on Twitter anymore. You can email me at Bolding, my last name, productions@gmail.com.
Okay.
And keep in touch that way too. I'm not going to give my phone number out.
Right. No doubt.
But you can always message me and I'd be up for it. You know what I'm saying? I'll sit there. I've had people on the phone for a couple of hours just chit chatting with them. You know, I love talking and networking with other actors that, you know, you've seen in movies in the past and now you're seeing them on social media and you admire and then you really connect with and you're able to get a little bit of their time. I'm so grateful. Never take anything for granted.
No.
Never. Ellen Wing and Deborah Lamb are two industry women that are absolutely fantastic. I love those two women. And I've gotten a little bit of their time knowing how busy that they are. And Deborah and I spent several hours on the phone and she just told me about her experience and what she believed and where she believed this industry was heading for women. And I was just enthralled that this woman that I grew up with seeing in horror movies was talking to me. And this is stuff that I've dreamt about since I was 9 years old. And now it's starting to come to pass. But I've put in the legwork over that time to befriend her, network with her outside of phone calls before it led to that. You know, it's not just going to up and all of a sudden happen. That's not how it works. You have to build trust. And once that trust is built, they'll get you on the phone. And Miss Ellen, and Miss Ellen knew that I was going through a really, really troubled time in my life. And this woman spent hours on the phone with me, mentoring me, loving on me, just being so sweet and kind. She's all the way out in California. And she's like, baby, when you are ever down here, you just come see Miss Ellen. I said, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I love Miss Ellen.
That's amazing.
Yes.
That worked out for you.
Thank you.
Amazing story. So I won't keep you any longer. So I'll leave us here. And if they want to check you out, I'll have the links down for your page and everything down below. Glad to have you on the show here.
I appreciate it so much, James. It's so great to see you again. I can't wait to hang out with you again.
Oh, yeah.
Get me in another movie, okay?
Right. Definitely. All right.